Hey guys, it's another live stream for you here. And today I wanted to talk about how I bootstrapped my business when I was getting started. I wanted to share this topic with you because there's a lot of people, I was just on another call, there's a lot of people starting new businesses, starting new freelance businesses, gig work businesses, and some of them are a little strapped, especially during the pandemic. So I want to talk a little bit more about my story and kind of how I bootstrapped everything, what it was like, what I did, what I used to kind of get where I was going. So yesterday I talked about how I got started, how I was in a position with several jobs where the work environment was either bad or the business folded, or there were changes in the structure of the business, on and on. So I came up with this idea to do virtual assistant work, which I don't really like to use that term anymore, because a lot of virtual assistants are also kind of in the category of freelancers or coaches. And they don't always have necessarily the traditional thought of like they're an assistant, but they have different skill sets that they can bring to the table, whether it's copywriting or graphic design or business operations, project management. So a lot of really skilled workers. So for me, when I was getting started, I was so broke that I was on unemployment and I was delivering pizzas. And I actually made pretty decent money off of, hello. I don't know who's on here right now because I can't see your name. You got to let StreamYard, I think, well, your comment's showing up, but I'm not sure who you are, but hello. Your name's not showing up. Sorry about that. So I was delivering pizzas and I made some actually surprisingly decent money off of that, especially working mostly daytime. I'd work on the weekends at night sometimes, but during the week I would usually be the closer because I could kind of, oh, hello, hi, how's it going? So nice to have you on here. So I was still extremely bootstrapped in terms of the amount of money I could put in the business, and in addition to that, even the time, because I was doing everything I could to get the business going and staying there on a budget with both my money and my time. So I was looking for any kind of advice, feedback, input. I originally kind of came up with my business idea after speaking with an old coworker, and she had done something. And when I started, I was doing this research. She told me to look at this book, and the book was helpful. But one of the things that kind of ticked me off about it, and it's a great book. I don't even know if it's published anymore because it's so long ago, but it gave me a lot of different pieces, but it didn't really pull it all together. So I'm very much a person of, I'm very much a person of show me the path. Tell me what I got to do. I want to tell me step A, step B, step C, like give me the step-by-step thing and I will do it. And I didn't get that out of the book. There was a lot of guesswork and I was frustrated, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna just have to go with it and kind of piece it together and see what I could do. And it wasn't until I came across my mentor that I really had a process in place. I started off, my mentor is Michelle Dale, and she has a course, at the time, it was called the Shoestring. So starting off on a shoestring budget, which was exactly what I needed. And then it's now called the Freelancer. And I'll leave a link in the comments once I'm done here. But it was a very affordable way for me to get started. And not only that, but I loved that it was like step one, you need to do this. And it showed you how to get, this set up, and it showed you how to get your accounting stuff in place, and it showed you how to get clients, and it showed you just all these different facets that I didn't know how to pull together, and I didn't know the right process to get there. So that was super exciting. And as I went through her course, I actually ended up scrapping, like totally ditching everything I had done and worked on a year prior. Like I literally new accounting system, different website. Like I just scrapped everything and followed her process. And here I am today. I ended up progressing into other courses, other trainings, not just her stuff, but other people. But she was really the one that really helped me get started and kick things off. And Michelle, I'm so grateful for you. I know you're also in the group. And then along the way, also, I mean, even coming into times of COVID, I'm no different than anybody else. COVID has impacted my business in different ways, which is why I kind of talked about how I pivoted my business a little bit. But it's still, and even without this, I still try to find the most affordable resources that I can take advantage of without compromising the quality. And so there's a lot of resources that I found to streamline, what I'm doing with a tool where it's automated, but not too automated, because sometimes automation is great, but if it's too automated, sometimes it becomes a little bit robotic. Social media, even some of the other stuff where there can be little errors in there, but making the processes more efficient. There are also tools that you can come across that have lifetime deals. I have, at the moment, 4 different tools that I purchase and use all the time that I purchased on a lifetime deal. So many of these platforms and resources now are having monthly fees, and those monthly fees totally add up. I will make sure that I get you that link for sure. Because yeah, the step-by-step guidance, like it was so important and so critical to me following this correct path. But so the resources, in addition to Michelle's stuff, the resources were so critical to me bootstrapping this startup, not just her program, but then the resources. And I still, even with my trainings, my coaching, services for clients, I still, as long as I'm not compromising quality, I still to this day do whatever I can for free or on a very low budget, as long as it meets my needs and it's not compromising quality. And some of the process behind that too is, people associate sometimes bootstrapping just with money, but also your time is your time and your time is worth something. So if a tool is going to make your timing and your money is your time, right? So your time is infinite. And so if you charge, I don't know, $100 an hour, we'll just do some easy math here. If you charge $100 an hour and a tool is going to cut, let's just say, your hour of time working on social media to 15 minutes. You just paid a tool to save you $25. Well, if the tool is $5, you're still making a profit by coming out of pocket that $5. So I hope that makes sense, because you kind of have to do the math. Is the tool going to make you more efficient and give you more time? Because if it is, now you have more time to either work on looking for clients, servicing clients, and that kind of thing. So I did, and I still do, look at ways to bootstrap, because who wants to spend money on things they don't need? I don't care how much money your business is generating. It could be $50, it could be $0, it could be $100, it could be $1 million. I don't really care. Any intelligent business person is not about spending money on things that they don't need or are overpriced. They're about efficiencies and processes. So finding those tools and those resources were what was critical for me in my business. One great place, aside from Michelle's stuff for getting started as a freelancer, as a VA, is is AppSumo. So if you're looking for deals on certain things, I use a social media platform called Postoplan. It's a new one for me. They had a lifetime deal. I don't know if they still do, but if they do, I will put a link in here. It was a one-time fee, very affordable, and I had previously been paying an affordable fee on a monthly basis for a platform, which was good, but the amount of money I saved by using this other platform was significant. So, and it's working for my business. So there's little things like that, but definitely everybody's different in the group and in what they do. But check out AppSumo, and they have lifetime deals on a bunch of different types of tools. I will post. I also use SendFox. I was using ConvertKit, and ConvertKit, again, let's just say it was like $30 a month, and the SendFox program that I use now, which is actually a product that AppSumo put out, I think it was like $39 for a lifetime deal. So when you do that math, I'm like, okay, well, if this system works for me, I'm gonna pay $39 instead of $30 a month. So find ways to do that for yourself. If you're looking for recommendations on what you can do specifically for your business, I'm totally willing to have a quick chat with you about that to see if I can kind of help point you in the right direction in finding some tools or tools that I recommend. Like I said, I know everyone in the group is a little bit different, but those are actually some pretty common tools in terms of social media management and email marketing that are great and affordable. And monthly fees. Sorry. My daughter was up super early this morning. Monthly fees are a pain in the rear. I actually have done another, I don't even call training, but I had done another chat about this, or maybe it was a blog post. I can't remember off the top of my head, but somebody had once asked me, what do you recommend, Megan? Do you recommend, like with some of these tools, do you recommend paying annually, or do you recommend paying a little bit more for a monthly fee to have a service? And I, hands down, this might surprise you, but I hands down always say monthly. The price is a little bit more, but if you pay an annual fee and your business changes, or the tool isn't working great, or your business focus has changed and you don't need that tool anymore, you can't get a refund. You have now put that money in, and now you have to find another tool that will match what you're needing to do and put money into that. And so you really get a good, some of the tools, I don't know if that what I've said is helpful, but if not, if you're talking about more specific tools other than like social media, whatever, put it in the comment, and I'll try to give you a suggestion on what that is. There's so many tools that can help support your business that I was trying to touch on some big ones, but definitely leave a comment and I'll get to it if you have anything specific in mind. But I had done this blog post, right? And I had so many people, why are you not doing the annual plan? You save money. Well, you're totally screwed if something changes. If the tool starts to suck, I used to use a tool that really went downhill in performance and everything like that. And I had paid annually, and they could give two craps. They already got your money, and I couldn't get out of it, right? So now I had to invest in another tool. So paying on a monthly basis affords you the flexibility to walk away either because there is a problem, or because your focus has changed, or your business has changed, industries, or again, your marketing strategy has changed, and you maybe don't need that tool for a while. You can come back to it if you need to later. But a lot of people get caught up in those annual plans. That's different than the lifetime deal that I was talking about, because the lifetime deals, if something makes sense to you, you have such a low investment and you're avoiding that monthly fee and the annual fee. You're just doing a lifetime thing, a one-time fee. It's totally worth rolling the dice on that sometimes. And a lot of times with AppSumo, the things that I have got from there have been phenomenal and have worked out like completely fantastic. So definitely take a peek at AppSumo. That's AppSumo.com. And I'll put some links also in there about in the comments later about some of the specific tools I was talking about. Did you have anything else specific? Ashimo? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hopefully that was close. Do you have any other specific tools that you were wondering about that I could throw out there? Otherwise, we could maybe have a quick chat privately, and I can try to guide you on some of those specifics, but I'll give you a second here and see if you put anything on there. Okay, so your question was, I'm trying to build my website. What is your recommendation? myname.com or something else? So I'm not 100% clear if you are asking about recommendations on how to decide a domain name. If you are talking about how to build your website or good website platforms, the two I recommend are Podia. If you are looking for a platform that will integrate a email system, so you don't have to pay for an extra email system. You can build products in there. You can build your website in there, and you can have almost like a CRM of sorts. So that one is a great option if you have more e-commerce for digital products and services. The other one I like to recommend to people is, and blogging. And then the other one is Carrd, CARRD.io, I think. It might be .com. Let me just double check. And that one is great if you are not concerned about blogging. Because there isn't a blog feature at this point. There is not a blog feature at this point. Okay, it's carrd.co, CARRD.co. They're simple, free, and responsive websites. They don't have any e-commerce, and they don't have a blog feature. So it's really great for somebody that wants some simple information up there. You can put links in there. So if you have payment links for services coming from another page, that would be a workaround. And is in terms of how to decide a domain name, what I recommend to people are, there's two different things. If you are planning to be a solo entrepreneur or solo freelancer, even if you grow a team. So I actually started off with a more corporate business name. I came up when I first started, my business was Rescue Me. And that was because I felt like I could come in and I could help rescue somebody and provide these services to get them back on track. And that's where I came up with the name, which that was kind of more about what the passion was behind the business. The bad part of that, I mean, there is an implication there of what the service does. So you want to make sure that if you're giving it kind of a boutique name, you want to make sure that the service that you're providing or what you are providing is kind of worked into the name. If you are wanting to kind of stand out on your own, I had taken Rescue Me, and I came to realize that more people knew me than knew my team. So I completely rebranded under my name. I think with going with your name, if you don't use a boutique kind of corporate name to your business, by going with your name, you become the brand, and it's easy to branch off from there. If you don't set it up that way, bigger, I don't care how big or how small you start off, or you're in the game for a while, I usually recommend starting with your name because that is usually easy for domains. That's how people are going to find you. So if they're looking like, oh, hey, can't remember that person's name. I think it was like Megan Dixon or DIC. It'll come up on for LinkedIn. You'll see it from Facebook. but by having my name, I'm more easily recognizable. And then also, as the business may change or focus, like somebody I know wanted to focus on graphic design. They had all this graphic design experience, and now they have redirected their business into more content creation, copywriting. Well, their business name included designs, right? Blank and blank designs. And now that they're kind of getting away from design, that name doesn't really fit what is being offered. So you want to give yourself, when you're deciding on a domain, to provide yourself some flexibility as things change and adapt long term. So I hope that helps answer your question. And I'll give it a minute in case you had anything else you wanted to ask. But yeah, I mean, I actually wish I would have started off in the beginning with just my name. I still have links out there for my old domain that are broken, because like the main domain website or the main domain of my old branding, my old website, it does come to my page, but then any like blog post links that are out there, if they come up in the search engines and someone clicks on it, it's broken. So I wish I would have started off that way from day one. Great. I'm so glad that that helps. So anyway, you guys, if you have any questions about some of this stuff, definitely feel free to email me at support@megandixononline.com. We can set up a quick chat. I can give you a link to that, or you can leave a comment and I can get back to you on that. Okay. Well, have a good one, guys. See ya.